Hi folks, today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious gnocchi. We're going to need flour, russet potatoes, eggs, and salt. So simple for something so delicious. You're also going to need a potato ricer, a gnocchi board, and if you don't have a gnocchi board, we can use a fork. Start by baking the potatoes at 350 for about an hour to an hour and a half, checking them through the baking process until they're fork tender. Once they're fork tender, you're good to go, and you can start peeling them while they're warm. You want to peel them while they're warm because you want the steam to escape, because the steam otherwise will go back into the potato, making it more moist than you want it to be. Once you finish peeling them, just chop them up and let more of the steam escape. At this point, you want to rice the potatoes on the finest setting you have for your ricer. You're going to keep ricing them until they're all completed, and as you're ricing them, more steam will escape. What you don't want to do is put them in a blender or blend them. Mashing is not ideal as well. You want the least amount of handling when it comes to these potatoes. So once you're done everything, let it sit out for a bit more for more steam to escape. And once most of the steam has escaped, you can scrape it all together and pick out any large pieces that may have been missed by the ricer. So we're going to use a proportion about half a cup of flour to 1 pound of potatoes. So this recipe has 3 pounds of potatoes, so we're going to use about a cup and a half. Start with about a cup and a quarter first, because you can always add more flour rather than take away flour if you add it too much. So what you're going to do now is just incorporate everything together, folding everything on top of each other, mixing the flour with the potato. Just gently, nothing forceful. Now we're going to season it with about 2 teaspoons of salt, and then you're going to add your egg yolks. So again, 1 egg yolk per pound. So we have 3 pounds, so we're going to add 3 egg yolks. Here we're going to mix everything together, and then using the pasta scraper, we're going to fold everything on top of each other. We're not kneading the dough because you're going to end up with a very rubbery dough if you knead. So we're going to literally just fold everything on top of each other. So bring from the bottom and up. It's very messy at this point, but you just keep working at it. Keep folding it up from the bottom, folding it on top of each other. Add some more flour if it gets too sticky, not a problem. And keep folding it on top of each other. It may seem like it might not come together, but it will come together. Just add more flour. I think by the time we were done here, I think I used about 1 3/4 cups of flour. The dough at this point should feel nice and airy on the inside. Roll it into a nice little ball. Let it sit for a little bit longer, for about 2 minutes. In the meantime, clean up the mess that you've made. And then once you're done that, just cut the dough in half. And the perfect test to see is if the dough comes out nice and airy. Perfect. You're going to take each half and you're going to cut it into quarters. So you're going to get 8 pieces of dough. Flour the work surface and grab one of the 8s. You're going to roll it out now. We're going to roll it out to about a 1/2 inch diameter rope. Depending on how long or how much dough you have, you might end up with either an 18-inch long rope, or you might end up with something shorter than that. But you want a 1/2 inch diameter rope, regardless of what length it is. And you're going to cut them into 1/2 inch pillows. And at this point, you can take the pillows and salt and flour them and put them on a baking pan if you want. But we're going to use the gnocchi board, and we're going to form the gnocchis by rolling the dough down, pressing gently with your thumb. You'll get ridges on one side and you'll get an indent on the other side. If you don't have a gnocchi board, you can use a fork. Same idea. Push down and gently on the fork, and you'll get the tines of the fork causing the ridges. But I prefer this method a lot better with the gnocchi board. It looks better and it's better for presentation. But again, the pillows are perfectly fine. Place them all on a baking pan and let them dry out for a little bit longer. And once they dry out a little bit longer, you can either boil them right away or put them in the freezer and use them for another day.